Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for December 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your monthly reading for December. Here we are in the final month of the year. I can't believe it. It's been a bit of a crazy one, but we made it through and we are left to reflect on how much you've grown as a person through the ups and downs. Take stock of all your personal successes, both big and small, and reflect on the lessons you learnt and set new visions for the future. It really is a big month to decompress. Let your hair down, but still give one final push to close out the year on a high. Now we have Jupiter, Mercury, Uranus, Neptune, and Chiron currently retrograding, and Mars will follow suit from the 6th of December. So you may feel the pace or the energy slowing down a little as we move, of course, towards 2025. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, for we have officially moved into Sagittarius season. And that actually influences us all to harness our personal power. Now, this month, it hits a little bit different. We have 2 new moons, which gives us a healthy dose of optimism and a touch of grounded preparation for the future. The new moon on the 1st nudges us all to notice where we could encourage our wild side to come out and play a little bit more, seek new adventures, be more spontaneous, or acknowledge if our happiness has been blocked in some area of our life, so that we can set changes in motion to unblock and let more happiness flow in. Now, it also asks us to have faith on our path. Even if the path ahead feels unclear, know that everything will come together as you desire. And the second new moon on the 30th, often called the black moon, increases our manifestation potential with its heightened energy, as well as our libido, and it reignites our lust for life. It occurs in the sign of Capricorn, encouraging us all to set new visions in motion to move towards success for the year ahead. And December, it actually also helps us all to tap into party mode. But as 2024 has been a little bit challenging, you may actually feel too exhausted to party. However, that Sagittarian influence will revitalize your spirits, increase your energy to spend quality time with your nearest and dearest, or seek out new experiences to rediscover that sparkle and magic of the everyday moment. Now, if you are someone who has moments of psychic intuition, expect your knowingness to increase too as well during this period. And of course, with every positive, there is always an opposite. I won't say negative. I feel it's an opposite energy at the moment because Sirius Saturn, and it's not a negative, it's actually an energy that's very, let's say, it makes us very serious. Okay, serious planet Saturn influences us all to be very serious, and it's at a hard angle to the moon. So it will be at the beginning of the month, forcing us all to be stricter with our finances and, of course, our time, as well as influencing us all to sort of take a cold, hard look at long-term goals. So there may be a bit of a push and pull between responsibility and party time. Now, balance, of course, is the key to getting the best out of December, but do not forget to celebrate your wonderful accomplishments. We are already under one of the most prolific influences. Pluto is in the sign of Aquarius, affecting us all to detox, declutter, remove the old to clear space for the new. So you may be a little bit more conscious of not overindulging this month, or even maybe start some of those new intentions before the year has finished. So now I have to tell you about the obvious energy, of course, because the full moon is in Gemini, which could wreak havoc with postal deliveries, so get orders in early. And as Mercury will be in retrograde until the 15th of December, travel delays or disruptions may increase, and I would suggest getting important information in writing or save down important documents, as power outages and gremlins in the system tend to occur during retrogrades. Now we have the wonderful solstice on the 21st, and it's a perfect time to send your gratitude and wishes out to the universe. This powerful day sends a ripple effect out to your future, connecting your vibrations to the outcome that you desire. So be clear and set some time aside to utilize that energy. Now, of course, I always mention things on a global scale as well, and if you don't want to hear this part, maybe fast forward until you get to me picking up the cards, okay? But on a global scale, we have planet Mars stationing, then retrograding on the 6th of December. Now, this station point on the 6th can be very volatile, increasing the potential for a sudden battle of egos, resulting in events that can cause the world to really take notice. But the retrograde itself after the 6th can encourage a temporary pause on conflicts. Mars stationing is chaotic and unpredictable, and on a personal level, in this particular case and this particular day, the 6th, it could be highly pressurized, and people tend to get a little bit cranky during this planetary shift. And Saturn also clashes with Jupiter, which could provoke a temporary dip in the financial markets, but things will stabilize. It can also cause spontaneous bursts of tensions between people when governing bodies go too far, society pushes back, enough is enough, as Saturn fights hard to bring stability and order to global systems. Now, Pluto also works hard to expose corruption, so that we will continue to see many exposés in order to bring justice. And Neptune, it goes direct on the 7th, so we could see a tectonic plate shift detected that brings sudden changes to water conditions for some, and of course some more of that crazy weather we've been having. And on a personal level, it actually lifts brain fog or confusion around your goals, aiding you to be more clear and direct. But with so many planets either retrograding or shifting this month, it really is a bit of a mixed bag. But it reminds you to embrace the moment with those you care about, reconnect with things you love doing just because it feels good, and clear out 2024 to make a fresh new start in 2025. And remember, Venus slides into Aquarius's DMs on the 7th, making it a perfect month to discover love or reestablish long-term relationships with that fuzzy feeling. Yes, there is a lot of chaos and uncertainty in the world, and the planetary alignment, the energy works really hard to avoid escalation in the month of December, and it's important to not let fear control your vibration. Easier said than done, I know, but fear will actually limit us in the potential to draw more light into the world, so it's very important. Also, it's a perfect time for you to celebrate your wonderful self in order to raise those vibrations, not on an egotistical level, just to remember that you are a human being, not just a human doing. It's been a monumental year, but as Mars goes through one of its rare retrograde cycles, the pressure will be off. It's time to relax, recalibrate, and reflect on the reality of your situation, set new intentions, reestablish your personal power, and reignite that fire in your soul. You're also going to be reestablishing creative patterns as you recharge to make long-lasting changes for your bright future ahead. Now, I can see that you have so many positive cards, my beautiful Scorpio. I was so excited because at the end of the energy, which basically means as you step into 2025, you've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Star, the Fool card, you've got the Queen of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. There is not a Tower or a Death card in sight. So, I'm a little bit suspicious of this, but I feel like you are turning things around at this time. Now, your first card there is actually the Emperor. So this means you still have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. So don't get too excited. I feel like you're sticking to your plans. I feel like you're being very direct about what it is that you want. But I'm also getting this energy that true power, it comes not from altering others, but mastering ourselves. And I feel like you are in the period right now mastering yourself, your emotions, your thoughts. You're trying to quieten the inner critic at this time, but also this is a very ambitious energy. So it means that you're keeping your eye on the prize, whatever the prize is. You're very future sort of facing, let's put it that way. I feel like you're focusing on long-term plans, 5-year plans. A lot of you are also thinking about your finances because your 2nd house and your 8th house both are to do with money. You will be focusing on increasing your finances, being stable financially, maybe being a little bit more strict with yourself because of that energy that I mentioned from Saturn, Sirius Saturn there. But the Emperor is basically being in control of your destiny and also protecting everything that you've worked really hard for. Now, of course, we have the 10 of Cups there. So a lot of you are protecting your mental peace when it comes to being in family situations or even in, gatherings with friends. This is about you kind of dominating your energy, not in a controlling way, but in a way where you sort of own your gravitas. Because the 7 of Wands is also here, which means that you are protecting your equilibrium, shall we say. And I feel like you are someone who, even though the year and the energy is kind of like slowing down, you're still plotting, planning, strategizing for 2025. So I feel like you're going to be running lots of errands. I feel like you've got a lot on your to-do list, a lot on your mind. And the Emperor energy indicates that you are kind of taking stock of your achievements. I feel like it's taken you a long time to really sit back and look at how far you've come. Normally, you're doing one thing and you're on to the next. You're not really thinking about all that you've accomplished. But I feel this year it hits different. It's been a challenge. 7 of Wands tells me you've been under a lot of pressure. I feel like you've had a bit of stress there. But also the Emperor energy indicates that you're in a secure position, that you're very headstrong, you're showing up for yourself is what I'm being given. And also you acknowledge that good things take time to come to fruition and better times lie ahead, especially with that star energy. Now, of course, the Emperor energy can indicate that you are actually kind of dominating chaotic energy within yourself. And what I mean by that is that, of course, you're quietening the inner critic, but also I feel like you're cutting out things that perhaps make you feel low vibrational energy. A lot of you are exhausted. You have Queen of Wands energy in the resistance position. So I feel there's been periods where you've had ups and downs, low motivation, low energy, then sudden bursts of taking control of a situation, being sort of highly inspired and moving forward. But now you're just taking stock of everything that helps you in life or makes you feel good, and you're cutting out anything that causes you pain or sadness. And that doesn't have to be people. I do see a lot of people here in your energy. I do see you looking at friendships and how they have evolved or changed over the last year. I feel there's 2 people in particular here that you feel the relationship with them have changed, and you may have distanced yourself from these people, but I do see that they are keeping an eye on what you're up to. I'm seeing in the water right now like a mask, okay, and some eyes looking through this mask. So this can kind of indicate either you feel 1 or 2 of these people are being inauthentic and you are currently kind of sussing them out, and you see through whatever it is that they are thinking or planning. I don't see anything negative here. I want you to be aware of that. It could be that you are kind of outgrowing a friendship and it's those growing pains that are going on, where they're trying to work out what's going on, or you're trying to work out why the relationship has changed. Or it could be something as simple as you are invited to like a fancy dress party in the next coming weeks or months. So please take it as it resonates. It could also be that you are doing something behind the scenes, working on projects or plans that you don't want to reveal at this time. And I feel this energy of, there's 2 people actually who feel quite shut out, or they feel like they want to see you more, but it's almost like they're speculating behind the scenes as to what's going on or why you've gone so quiet. So some of you could be dealing with that right now, but I feel there is a very direct conversation that is to come as you close out the year or even in 2025 that will balance out the situation, okay? Now, the Emperor energy, it indicates that you're being really strict with yourself. So some of you, when you are detoxifying, because you do the star energy here, decluttering, detoxifying, really clearing out the old, in order to create space for the new. And it doesn't have to be with people or situations from your past. I feel like you're being very deep and thoughtful this year about your past, so that it no longer holds power over you. You're literally reclaiming your power with this card. And I feel that, you are kind of like cutting out food substances or, beverages or environments, situations that have robbed you of confidence or joy. It's really interesting that you've got the Wheel of Fortune in the resistance position. So you may have felt that your luck was kind of a little bit sporadic in 2024, that sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. I feel a lot of you may be looking at periods where you felt that things did not go your way, or perhaps plans were derailed in some way or didn't go to plan because of forces outside of yourself, and it was really frustrating. But then we've got the Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor, so things are shifting. And I definitely see that, you have learned a lot this year, because this is your protagonist energy. You're in a very protective energy there as well. But also I feel that you've been brave this year. Whatever it is you've been through, you're brave. And I feel like you got it to this position. And I feel like you're at the top of where you need to be. Some of you may feel like you should have been further along on certain projects. I see here for some of you, there's an energy, a creative project or something that was put to the sidelines or put on hold, and you may have wanted to do more of it in 2024, but you just didn't have the time. I feel like there's this energy where you've been pushed and pulled in many different directions in 2024, but things will stabilize in 2025, and I feel you will be able to revisit this creative project as you move through December and into 2025 there as well. But also the Emperor energy, I'm feeling a lot of you may have distanced yourself or gone off grid in 2024. And I'm just getting this energy that, you chose silence to reclaim your power in 2024. And that is a lesson that you take with you into 2025. And I'm also getting an energy here as well that, of course, you may have been a little bit hard on yourself, or, you are a high functioning achiever. You're someone who aims for the top in everything you do. And I'm not talking about a career. I'm talking about, personal projects, your body, your mind, your soul. And I feel a lot of you have been extra critical on yourself. And as you've been moving through 2024, I feel like you're learning to have almost like more kind of concern for your energy levels and working with the energy as opposed to working against it. And I feel also that you are aware that you're someone who has a lot on your plate. You're very productive. You're still going to be productive and get on top of your to-do list in the month of December, but it's more than that. I feel like you are actually acknowledging that you're not just here to be a human doing. You're here to create meaningful moments and unravel the magic of being on the earth. This is a card of magical moments with the people who matter the most. And I feel like you are defending your time with the people that you care about and making sure you carve out time with those people. And I feel like you will have that healthy balance. You've got 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. So focusing on money, focusing on your security, trying to attract more wealth, that's definitely something that is headed in your direction. But more than anything, I feel like you're following your heart to be connected to things that you really love doing, of course. And I feel also there's this energy of you learning lessons, growing, maturing. This is definitely a card of maturing and ascending, healing. You have that star energy, and you're rediscovering the sparkle in your eyes and your heart as you move through December and into 2025. I feel there's this energy of feeling whole again, coming back to self, because some of you may have felt that your passionate side, and you are a very intense, passionate person, you may have felt it lay dormant in 2024, or you had so much on your plate that you didn't have an opportunity to really connect to your wild side. And I feel like you are rewilding. And that's something that has been ever present in your readings in the last couple of months as well. But I feel that, although you're a very serious person with your goals, your dreams, and you're staying on top of things, I feel like you will still accomplish a lot. And I also feel some news that you've been waiting for, it will come towards you, but there's also like an extra cherry on top. It feels like it goes hand in hand with something extra. The Wheel of Fortune indicates better fortune. The star energy indicates being appreciated for who you are in people's lives, also what you do, and the spotlight of success being firmly upon you. Now, of course, I feel like you're also paying attention to your bodies, and you are actually treating it with the respect that it deserves. So you're working with your energies, and you are worth the effort. Okay, so I feel like, a lot of you may have neglected your own needs from time to time, but now I feel like you're taking stock of things and kind of like honoring your own needs, especially because your second house of value is influencing you at the beginning of the month. And that's how you value yourself. You're looking at situations where you give away your power, undersell your talents, or even notice when people underestimate you. Also, of course, you're going to be focused on cash, property, budgets, savings plans, pensions, real estate, all of that stuff. There's going to be a lot on your mind this month, but this is about leveling up. And you've got that 7 of Wands there. Of course, you're in that go-getting spirit. So as everyone else is winding down, you may notice that you're still plotting and planning for the year ahead. And I feel like you are putting a lot of effort into achieving whatever it is that you're putting your energy into. So whether it is a personal project, whether it is to protect your mental health and your health in general, whether it is you protecting your energy levels. I see a lot of you looking at protecting your energy levels, and also can be protecting a position that you're in the neighborhood, in a career. For some of you, especially since we got the Fool card there as well, you may be thinking it's time to retire, or you're looking at your retirement goals, and you may be setting a date in motion, and some of you may actually be retiring this month as well. And it's a time to embrace that sensual side of life. Connect to your creative passions, be more free, be more adventurous, and reestablish a connection with yourself. Learn more about yourself, but also deepen your belief system there as well. Now, that 7 of Wands, it can indicate that yes, you have been under a lot of pressure, but also this is a card where it is you reigniting your lust for life, romancing your life a little bit more, having a balance between your serious side of focusing on your duties and your responsibilities. And that 7 of Wands indicates that you're at your personal best right now. You cannot be Scorpio in the past or in the future. You can envisage a future like you have it now, and if you dwell in the past, it can throw up kind of like sadness or lament. We learn the lessons from the past that shaped us of who we are right now and how we react going forward. And I see a lot of you trying to look at your triggers and try to conquer those and conquer your fears as well. And I feel like you're doing a really great job of that too. Now, of course, the 7 of Wands, because I do feel there is an energy around you of 2 people who are keeping an eye on what you're up to or trying to figure you out. There's an energy of jealousy here as well. So because the 7 of Wands can be to protect against jealousy or envy or competition even. It could be an attitude that they have, like they may feel shut out and then wonder what you're up to, and they just are speculating. That's what I'm being given, and it keeps coming back to this. And my readings are not about drama, okay, but I do feel it there. I feel like you're removing yourself from drama with that, but also I feel this is about you being courageous to go and get your goals and be on top of things. A lot of you, you're pushing past the pressure. You've been under a lot of stress recently. You are exhausted, but you're still showing up for yourself. You're dominating your energy. And with the star energy, a lot of you, if you are in a career, I feel like you will have some sort of appraisal by now. And I see that you are spotlighted for success. And a lot of you may even get a major bonus or a major financial increase. And of course, for some of you, you may move into a new role or a new job, or you've been waiting for bonus time and then you're leaving, because the Fool card indicates that you want a fresh new start. But a lot of you are like so over 2024 and you are excited to move ahead into 2025. Now, the 10 of Cups indicates that a lot of you are in a very deep soul-searching mode where you are recognizing that, of course, it's important to have money to pay bills and feel secure, but ultimately, the most important thing is building memories with the people you care about. Family, your ride or die, that is the most important. But also the 10 of Cups indicates that you're searching for happiness and inner peace, and you realize that that comes from within yourself. The Ten of Cups is a happy ever after. You're striving for security. You are, some of you, searching for your forever home. So it could be that you're looking for that. And as you move into 2025, you may secure a property that you really want to settle down in, because 2 tens can indicate you're looking at your roots. You're looking at where you feel like you belong, where you feel happy, but also you're following your heart and doing things that you love. This is a card of wholeness and completion and coming home to self, but also coming home to the people that you care about, being at peace with yourself. You know, I feel like you are looking at the inner battle that you have with yourself, where, you know, you are strict with yourself, sometimes a little bit too hard on yourself, the inner critic. And I feel like you are recognizing, you know, that you've been doing a great job with the resources that you've got. And I feel you should be confident in that. Also, I feel a lot of you are looking at your gifts. You know, you're trying not to suppress your gifts, your talents, and you are, you know, trying to shine your light. You're not here to make other people sort of feel more comfortable with their version of who they think you are. You're here to live your truth and, you know, live your happiness there, and you're not going to fit into someone else's box of expectation. So that Ten of Cups, it indicates you just want to be happy. You just don't want it to be hard. And, you know, you have had some struggles recently, but I feel things are starting to shift in a really positive way. Now, of course, a lot of you with the Ten of Cups, you're going to be focusing on your home life. You're going to be focusing on DIY, or, you know, thinking about money for the home. Your 8th house of joint finances, mortgages, repayment plans will be on your mind because it influences you at the end of the month. So it could be that you're focusing on credit card debt, you know, really transforming those finances for the better. So you may be looking at down payments on things, spreading the cash around so that you make an impact on any debts that you have. And if you're debt free, it could be that you're saving for a major purchase. And I see a lot of you like looking around, not taking the first item that you see. You're finding discounts in the month of December, and of course as you move into the month of January. Now, the Wheel of Fortune in the resistance position can indicate there has been a lot of chaos around you, and you know, you are trying to turn your life around for the better. You're looking at where you feel tempted to reach for the quick fix, what triggers you, who triggers you, and I feel a lot of you are looking at your neglected needs is what I see there, and you are reestablishing boundaries in order to make sure that you have your needs met in a really healthy way. But you may have felt that luck has been a little bit sporadic. It hasn't been completely on your side throughout 2024, but that's all about to change because we have the Wheel of Fortune shifting in your favor there. But also, I feel like you've been closing down a lot of cycles in the year of 2024, and I feel like you finally close a chapter of your life for good. Whatever circumstances this is, I feel like you're breaking the pattern, okay? I feel you may have been trying to distance yourself from a person who you felt got under your skin or somehow manages to trigger something within you, and I feel like you're breaking that pattern forever, and they are not going to get back into that cycle of repeat with you there. Also, I feel like you're trying to be more optimistic and focus on the positive rather than dwell in the negatives. I feel a lot of you are trying to conquer fears and look at that nature of fear itself, especially since you got, I did a little video for you all a couple of days ago, and 2 cards popped out for you. One of them was Cetus, fear, and that's about looking at the nature of fear itself, because you tend to dive deep into your emotions and into the world at large and the human psyche, and that will throw up the positive and the negative of situations. So you're not afraid to look at the negative, but it can cause anxiety sometimes, or, you know, trigger fears within you. And I feel a lot of you over the past couple of years have been looking at conquering fears or trying to remove yourself from anything that causes you anxiety, because I see a lot of you, especially with the Queen of Wands in the resistance position, looking at high cortisol levels, okay? Especially since you got that 7 of Wands there, you've been under a lot of pressure. You may have noticed that your hormones have been a little bit off, or that you've had high cortisol and it has kind of put you out of sync in some way. So I definitely see that a lot of you are looking at your health this month and beyond this month as well. But with this Queen of Wands, it's in the resistance position. So some of you, there is an energy that, especially in and around the 6, I have to say it, there may be a clash of personalities with somebody. It could be a family member, doesn't have to be, it could be a friend. I'm seeing two people here. One is a little bit older than the other. Doesn't have to be gender related, even though these are two feminine cards. I really get an energy that there is some sort of hard conversation to have and tensions run high, but I do see an olive branch coming your way after this, and it's like they want to be clear about what you're up to, or they want to be clear about something, but I feel like you're living life on your own terms. You're not marching to other people's beats of their drums, you're actually marching to your own. The Seven of Wands indicates that people don't need to know your business unless you decide to share it with them. So really they have no right to be kind of like in this energy, but I feel like you will work it out in time. Now also, I feel because the Empress energy is in the resistance position, a lot of you have had not much time to focus on yourself, but as we move throughout the month of December, you're going to pay more attention to your personal needs. And a lot of you, because the Queen of Wands and the Empress energy can be about beauty, okay? Aesthetics. Now, my readings are not really about aesthetics, but some of you may think about changing your style or the color of your hair, or you may even find new products that really are quite beneficial for you and bringing peace of mind, as well as the way that you look, of course. Now, some of you, and this may be a little bit frustrating, but I do see that some of you, a product that perhaps you used to use, it may kind of like either fly off the shelves or be discontinued, okay? But you will find an alternative, is what I see, and the alternative is even better, so that's coming through. But a lot of you are doing some soul searching, withdrawing into self to reconnect to your passions, to creative side, to your wildness. I see that, you know, some of you have even been like asking questions about, as you mature, that, you know, you actually just get more attractive, okay? You tend to look younger than your age, and I see a lot of you getting compliments about your age in the month of December that you do not look it. But also I feel like you are recognizing that you are what you consume. And I'm not just talking about food. I'm talking about what you watch, what you listen to. You know, I feel there's an energy here of you acknowledging that if before bed you actually listen to something that is negative or kind of triggers fear, then the next morning, even though you've had a full 7 hours sleep perhaps, you know, you may be noticing that actually you look a little bit tired or drawn. It can be that you're absorbing certain things, and as you sleep, you know, your mind is actually trying to work things out, process things. And it's really important that just before bed, if you listen to something positive, then, you know, there is just a positive effect on your body, mind, and soul. And a lot of you are trying to move into mindfulness or deepen your connection with your higher self and mindfulness at this time in order to transform your body, mind, and soul, and just really look at your energy levels and your health levels at this time. Now, of course, there's a lot of people in your reading, my beautiful Scorpio. There is a Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, an Empress energy, the Ten of Cups there, and of course the Emperor and the Empress. So a lot of you, it could be that you are focusing on your relationships, family, friends. You know, this can be a highly sociable time for you, even though you will need some time to withdraw into yourself. But a lot of your energy is like you want that fun side to come out, to really connect to your playful side. It's really important that you've got the Emperor and the Fool card here, because back in the day, Tarot used to have like an Emperor card, and in the background of the card itself, there was a little Fool popping out, which always reminded the Emperor to not get so serious, or to remember that there is a lighter side to life. And I feel a lot of you are trying to find that balance in your everyday circumstances. So a lot of you are thinking about the people who are with you in December, really enjoying that company, being fully present with those people, but also honoring and remember the people who are not at your table. So some of you, especially if you've gone through a bereavement recently, or even in the last couple of years, I feel, you know, you're honoring people who are no longer with you. And I see actually people lighting a candle right now. The person is present. You will feel their presence when you light that candle. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there if you are still grieving a person, or you are, you know, honoring and remembering a person who is no longer at the table. They are energetically still with you. And that table, they will sit or find a place at that table with you. So you will feel their presence, or there will be a sign. And I'm not being given a sign right now. I'll always be honest when I'm given a sign. If I am given something, well, I'm being given right now a golden anchor. Okay, so this may be relevant in some way. I mean, there's an anchor literally on that, I've just realized, but it's a really bright golden anchor. So this can be that, you know, you are changing your circumstances and that you are secure, and you may be searching for where you belong right now. And I feel this energy that this person, they're indicating that they belong with you. No matter where you move to, they will always be there. So if you, for example, live in the family home, or you're thinking about moving somewhere, this person who is in spirit, they will be with you. They won't just dwell in the house and then you leave. They will always be with you. They're connected to you. So if some of you are questioning that right now, because some of you are thinking about moving or relocating or shifting your life in some way, it's worth noting that and this could even be a pet, because I'm being shown animals as well, lots of animals. There's an affinity to animals here. So please take it as it resonates. And with a lot of respect and love, I'm going to disconnect from that energy. The most energy that I've got from the Empress and the Queen of Wands is that you're being strict with your budget. Queen of Wands can indicate that, you know, you are going to treat yourself with a gift, or, you know, you like to emotionally spend sometimes. And if you're gifting at this time of year, I feel like you are finding really good deals, and the people who are around you, they care more about you than the gifts. Okay, so I feel it's important not to have that pressure on you at this time. And because your second and eighth house is influencing you, of course, I feel you will find great deals, but also get to spend a little bit more. Now, of course, the Queen of Wands indicates that you are reestablishing what you're passionate about, reigniting that lust for life. This is a very integrational card, which means you're going to be seeing more people this month, or being in the hustle bustle of things. I feel like you have felt recently that your outgoing side or your connection to people has been a little bit off, that you've been in hermit mode. So I feel you're tapping into this fun-loving side of you that you feel may have lain dormant because you've just had so many other responsibilities going on for you. I feel there's a lot of energy about you being in homemaker mode, or maybe DIYing or doing something around your home space that makes it feel comfortable, and you putting like your personal style on it. Also, you're looking at your own style there. I feel like you're having the balance of being in nature as well, so spending time in nature in the month of December. But also I feel this is about you. You've been working tireless to make your life work, and I feel there's a lot of reward coming towards you. I do see this energy of launching something. Some of you are thinking about launching an entrepreneurship, or you're branching out in your business in some way. Some of you may have been waiting for a promotion in your working environment. I feel like there is something coming into fruition there, but I feel it may not be offered to you until January, and I feel that you may hear about it in December, but I feel some of you may have even heard about it already, or the opportunity, you're aware of it already, or you're just suspecting it, and it will bring in more money. But a lot of you with that Fool card, you're launching new endeavors, or you're taking new opportunities to earn more money, because the 10 of Pentacles is present there. Now, for those of you who are not focusing on your career at this time, this card indicates that a lot of you are looking at your childhood self. It feels very much like you're looking at the journey that you've taken from, you know, childhood to maturity, the path that you've taken. I feel a lot of you are wanting to take the alternative path so that it's more fun, so that you can explore more. I feel a lot of you are in a very explorative mode. There's a lot of potential as you move into 2025, but this is the fresh new start. And it also indicates that you want to let your playful side and your creative side loose. Some of you, not all of you, but some of you, because there's more animals I'm seeing, some of you may adopt a pet in the month of December, but I'm being given an energy. Of course, a pet is for life, not just for December. And of course, all you beautiful Scorpios, you absolutely would know that. But I also see that this pet will actually choose you. Okay, so if you're adopting a pet, whenever, whether it's December or, you know, as you move into January, this pet, when this pet sees you, it's actually going to adopt you, okay? And your little soulmates, you're meant to be together, okay? So I want you to be aware of that as well. Now, the Fool card, of course, also indicates that you're tapping into your independent wild side. This is a card of fresh new ideas, fresh new adventures, taking a chance. I feel like, you know, the Queen of Swords there is a healthy dose of logic, which means you're strategizing, you're planning. I feel like you have a lot going on in the month of December. There's going to be a lot of chaos as well. Don't get me wrong, because you have a Wheel of Fortune in the resistance position. Going to be a lot of hustle bustle around you. So if you are shopping for things or trying to post things or get things organized, I feel there's going to be a lot of chaotic energy around that. You're still going to be on target and be on top of whatever it is that you need to be on top of. But that Fool card indicates that you will be strategizing and looking before you leap on any new endeavors. And I would always say that, you know, Mercury retrograde, very important, that the 15th it goes direct. So therefore, you know, anything after the 15th, if you're launching something new, it will be a little bit smoother than if you launched it before. Now, launching anything in Mercury retrograde, it's not negative, it's not going to be bad luck. I want you to be aware of that, but it can mean that sometimes you'll have to revisit a problem, or it will have a bit of a bump in the road, or it may not go as smoothly as you'd hoped for. So that's worth noting as well. Now, a lot of you with the Fool card, it basically is you want new experiences, new places. You may be trying new, you know, festivals or events just to keep things fresh. You know, even go to places where it reminds you of you as a child, being in awe, finding the magic of the everyday moment, reigniting that lust for life and rekindling that sparkle in your heart. So I definitely see this inner child coming out to play, and you only tend to really do that when you feel really comfortable with the people that you are, you know, connected to. Of course, you know, you welcome strangers into your social circle, but you always have a discernment about that, which of course is important. And for some of you, you may hear from someone overseas. This could be a little gift that's sent over, or, you know, some sort of envelope I'm seeing right now as well. So some sort of communication from overseas. And it could be like, you know, back in the day, you know, when we used to write things down, write letters, cards, things like that. I feel it's connected to that rather than just an email or a text. So I see wonderful correspondence coming in there. Also, I see with the Fool card that you want to just kick back and relax. It's been a tough year, and I feel with the Wheel of Fortune, things are going to get easier for you. I feel this is a period where anything you turn your hand to, it works out in your favor. But I also, there was some news that you've been waiting for, or, you know, I feel there's this energy of you listening out for opportunities, or finding moments to connect to the earth, to nature, to be at one with yourself, to connect to your guides. I just heard a lot of you are trying to find more mindfulness or stillness in your life in order to connect to your whisperings of your heart, but also your guides. And I feel 2025 is a big year for you getting major signs on your path. I feel like you're completely on the right path for you, but a lot of you may be thinking about shifting the way you get there. It feels like the goal is achieved. There's a lot of successful cards around you, but it feels like some of you may be looking at an alternative path of how to get there. But you'll still accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. Wheel of Fortune indicates that things are working in your favor. Fate favors your circumstances right now. You're breaking patterns, I've already mentioned that, but also is a card of optimism. You know, it means that, you know, now you're on the up. And with the star energy, I see a lot of you getting really great news, aligning with goals and wishes and hopes and dreams, but also I feel like you're reaching for healthier things in life. I feel there is a really bright future ahead of you. I did mention that there is some good news that you've been waiting for it coming along, but there's also something attached to it or is connected to it in some way, and I can't really work out what that is, but it feels very much like it's the cherry on top. It feels like it's super positive. And I feel also the star energy is calling you to peacock yourself a little bit more. Some of you may have been really hard on yourself or neglecting needs, and you may also have had low confidence throughout the year. And again, my readings are not about aesthetics, but you have two aesthetic cards here in the resistance position, and you have a star energy. So this can indicate that you have a personal breakthrough regarding how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your looks. And this is about allowing yourself to shine, is what I've got coming through. But more than anything, I feel a lot of you are looking at your emotions and looking at people and how they have tried to put you into a little box of their expectation. And you've learned that you do not have to make your emotions palatable for those around you. You are living your authentic truth, and that's what is reclaiming your power. Okay. Now, because the Emperor is there, of course, I feel like no one can ever have control over you. I feel this is about you acknowledging that your mindset, your thoughts, and your well-being are your responsibility, and you're taking accountability for that at this time as well. But the star energy is to allow yourself to be seen. And I feel that's you connecting to the people that perhaps you haven't seen for a while. There's a lot of reunion energy. I feel a lot of healing around you as well. And I feel this is about you kind of removing energy blocks. Anyone who's negative or doesn't support your journey, anyone who robs you of joy or your energy, your vibes, energy vampires, I feel like you're distancing yourself. But also I see some of you trying new things out. It's a very explorative time at the end of the month for you, okay? And I feel this is you turning something into something else. That feels very much like a explorative time, not really sure how things are going to go, but I want you to be aware the Wheel of Fortune indicates it's going to go really well. So whether it's a personal development project, a business launch, maybe you're setting up your own business. For some of you, it could be that you're thinking about collaborating with people, or you're waiting on an opportunity. It's going to go your way. The star energy often means that you're focusing on choosing the healthier options in life, choosing the healthier people, really eradicating anything toxic, anything negative, and removing blocks, money blocks, happiness blocks, and relationship blocks, for example. Some of you, if you're looking for love, I definitely see that you are attracting attention. I see that you are smoldering in the month of December. People are noticing you, you're turning heads, but you don't see this. It feels very much like you are focused on you, your family, or your soul tribe. You're focusing on your responsibilities, the hustle bustle of life. And I feel like people are looking at you. And there's going to be one person in particular who comes over, approaches you, and actually strikes up a conversation because they want to get to know you better. So if you are looking for a relationship, I do see that there is a divine counterpart energy here. You and a person getting to know each other, and it's a potential match, okay? I definitely see that this person is a high contender for a long-term relationship with you. And for some of you also, if you're in a high level commitment already, I feel this is about rekindling the spark. A lot of pressure during the month of December, especially if you have people visiting you, for example, or you have a family. It can be a lot at this time, but I feel like you're organized, you're totally on your to-do list, you have a lot on your plate, but I feel like you breeze through it, and there are some really wonderful moments and good news along the way as well. I mean, you have so many positive cards, and the star energy indicates that things are coming together as planned. And thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. I'm just being given that some of you will literally see a shooting star in the month of December. Make your wish, because it will become your reality. And for some of you, it doesn't have to be in real time. It can be that suddenly you see one on a billboard. This is your sign I'm being given. A shooting star is your sign. So even if you're thinking about someone who is not at your table in December, a shooting star will be a sign along with a golden anchor, okay? I feel this is about you getting clear as well on whatever it is that you want for your future. I feel you're getting super organized. Queen of Swords always turns her back to the past. So I definitely see that you are very future oriented, especially when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your ideas. You're just getting ready to set yourself up for 2025. Also, I feel like you're learning to articulate your needs in a very healthy way. A lot of you may have been working on the way that you express yourself. You may feel sometimes that people misunderstand you because you're so direct. And, you know, I feel like you're not tempering how you conduct yourself for other people. I feel like you're just so fed up of the way things have been, and you're so fed up of being misunderstood that you're articulating yourself in a different way in order to be seen and heard, okay? So I feel like you are changing things for you so that you feel that you're benefiting from this situation more than you have been. Now, of course, this card, it can indicate that, you know, you are being very discerning about the company that you keep. I feel like you are in decision-making mode. I feel also that you are a very powerful, principled person, and I feel that you are making sure that you do what is right for you, not in an egotistical way, but in a way that benefits you, fills your cup up, and therefore it will filter out for everybody else. I mean, Queen of Swords can also indicate those harsh words. I did mention that, and I feel that you are actually quite sad about that, because there seems to be a lot of unconditional love around this person or these people. So it could be someone close to you, or someone who's kind of like a good friend, maybe not in the inner circle, but a good friend who disappoints you in some way, or you see them in a new light. But ultimately, this will be healed. It feels very much like a spontaneous, sporadic thing that is a misunderstanding eventually, and that person will apologize. Now, also, I feel this is about you, you know, tapping into your perception, and of course into your intelligent ideas. You're strong-willed, and you're going to get a lot done this month. So even though everyone is winding down, you're still being super productive. And I see with that star energy, a lot of you detoxing and being really strict with yourself on the decisions that you're making. Also, we got that 10 of Pentacles there. So again, this is a strong indication that it's all about family and friends, but it's also about your stability. It's about your home life. And I feel this is an indication that you're looking at where your heart feels like it's home, okay? And that could be you looking at the world. Where do you feel like you belong? Where do you feel that you should plant roots? Some of you are thinking about emigrating or traveling, or, you know, maybe going overseas for a vacation. That Fool card can be like, you know what, you're going to kick back, relax, and have fun on a vacation. But some of you are trying to buy property abroad, or you're trying to purchase property, and you're just saving for the big purchase. And that's why you're probably being a little bit stricter with your finances. But also, this is about you and loyalty. There's two dogs on that card. So it's interesting that there's a cat on this one, and I'm seeing lots of animals. I mean, I was seeing loads of animals like donkeys, llama, I saw there as well, chickens. I mean, maybe some of you are like wanting to live off grid and like connect to the earth and have a sanctuary. Some of you could literally be setting up a sanctuary. Maybe you're setting up a farm or something like that. So please take it as it resonates. Maybe you work or live on a farm or a sanctuary already, and you are celebrating the fact that you're really connected and that it's been a hard year, but you've made it through. I feel a lot of you are just mainly focusing on loyalty, your nearest and dearest, and securing you and their future. And if you have gone through a bereavement, and again, I'm sending you so much love and hugs out there. If you've gone through a bereavement, I feel, you know, some of you may have the very difficult task of dealing with inheritance or a will or an estate, and you may actually hear news of it moving forward. I feel like you are singled out for, you know, a lot of reward there, but I know that you'd rather have the person with you, and there's a lot of energy where you miss that person, and it's going to be a very cathartic experience as you navigate your way through grief. So again, so much love and hugs out there, but I feel the message is celebrate the moment, because the moment is all we have. And I feel this is about embracing the presence, the people you really care about, loving them a little bit harder. I mean, these two cards indicates peace, love, joy, harmony. And although you're aware, especially since the Emperor energy can indicate establishments or governing bodies, some of you could be keeping a close eye on the way that the world is run right now, because you have a healthy mistrust of people abusing power in a situation. So I feel like you're looking at how the world is turning, and you're trying to just be clear on where you feel like you belong, and the policies, rules, and regulations, and how they align with your belief system, and maybe even taking yourself off elsewhere, or doing what you got to do in order to transform your life or move through these changes. But I feel you benefit, you are secure, and I feel there's a lot of you tapping into your wild side in the month of December and really staying on top of your to-do list. And I feel fortune favors you because you've been very, very brave indeed. Now, some of you, if you have had some conflict in a high-level commitment, I definitely see you're reigniting that spark with your nearest and dearest. So if you are in a high-level commitment, I do see some of you may even think about counseling, okay? So if things got critical throughout the year, you and your significant other may actually have a really, really important and beneficial conversation about healing the rift or going to some sort of counselor or some sort of advice so that you can turn things around. And you will heal this, but it opens the lines of communication as you move forward in order to help you both articulate your needs from a healthy place and of course take accountability for actions. Okay, so that's happening there as well. Now, some of you also may decide to upskill or actually go on a course of learning, or this is something you're planning for the year ahead. I feel a lot of you are thinking about new ways of either making money because your second and eighth house are influencing you, but I feel it's more than that. I feel like you are learning more about yourself, and some of you may actually try to get a certification or some sort of qualification that helps you either launch a business or maybe put a course of learning online in order to benefit others and bring in more money. I see second streams of income for a lot of you, something creative you haven't quite tapped into or completed yet. And I feel this is something that will help you have a fresh new start, okay? Now, of course, if you're a parent, because of course there's parental energy there. If you're a parent and you are, gifting for your child, or you are, bringing them to lots of different events, it's going to be really wonderful. I feel it's important to not put so much pressure on yourself. I feel like they're just going to have a lot of fun anyway because they're engaged with you and what you're doing as well. Some of you, actually, a lot of you, you're going to see your child or children really thrive and some sort of award ceremony there. But also there's an award energy connected to you, my beautiful Scorpio. Some of you may be tapped for an award or a bursary. So it could be that you're sponsored in something that's coming through strongly as well. There could be a governing body that you've approached, you're waiting for news to hear back on, and they may fund or support you or like sponsor you to do something. And I definitely see that's quite exciting there. I do see promotion vibes for some of you as well, but a lot of you are actually taking yourself elsewhere or starting up on your own. And it'll be very financially beneficial. I'm just getting some final cards before I close your reading. The main energy I have here is that something that you're doing is like going to lift off, because my guides are showing me a rocket in the water right now and told me to look at the Seven of Wands, and there it is. There's a little rocket there. I mean, this could literally mean that we'll see some sort of space kind of news in the next coming weeks regarding some sort of challenge that's overcome, or something that's launched to maybe Mars, for example. So we may hear about that, but ultimately I'm getting an energy that, you may be launching something, maybe a new look or a new way of living, a lifestyle choice, or it could be a new area or a new business endeavor or just new ideas. I feel this is going to be very beneficial for you, okay? So we've got don't fear a blank canvas. Use it to turn your life into a masterpiece. So that's really exciting. That full card can indicate some of you are looking at other directions. The goal is still the same. I feel like you're secure, more money. I feel, a lot of you are also looking at your traditions this time of year, deepening your belief system, looking at your legacy, everything that you've accomplished, what you stand for. And I feel this is about you kind of like in a very explorative phase. A blank canvas is literally exploration. It's like a little dab and a daub here. You're creating the masterpiece of your life, and you are the person who's got that paintbrush. And we've also got, there's still time to change the road that you're on. It's never too late. Okay, so a lot of you may feel that you've come as far as you can with a certain thing in your life. Sometimes when you go through a certain exercise plan, your body gets used to it. So therefore, it's not as beneficial to the muscles anymore. So you have to shake things up a little bit. For some of you, it can also be that you've come to the top of your game in your your career, and you feel you want to shake things up a little bit. If you feel like you've hit a glass ceiling, because this person is literally at the top, you've come as far as you can in some area, and now it's like, well, what next? So I feel a lot of you are thinking, what next? For some of you, it is literally retirement, that you've come as far as you want to come in the working environment, and you're thinking about being footloose and fancy free, enjoying your retirement there. And it may feel that it's a blank canvas and it can feel a bit daunting, but actually you're going to have the time of your life. It's going to be very exciting. And some of you are literally changing the environment or changing a path. I did feel it's very explorative this time for you. And it also says explore the possibilities. So there you are. So a lot of potential here for you. Very positive month indeed. And it says here, finally, realize you have the qualities to be a leader. And I see you taking charge of your life there, okay? And I feel that you are leading by example, especially if you're a parent. I feel like you're leading by example, but also I feel this is you kind of like recognizing that you are taking accountability of your actions, your life, and you are being the hero or the heroine of your own story. And I feel there's some really great things in store for you. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or button before we close. It's a bit loud, so just mind your wonderful ears. Okay, so we have the mushroom. Now, the mushroom can indicate that you've been doing a lot of growing in the dark, okay, that things have been challenging. Some of you may actually benefit from mushroom type medicine as well. So you could be looking at organic things or like mushroom products that will help you, especially when it comes to brain fog. Some of you may have been going through the menopause because we've got the Empress in the resistance position. You may have noticed your hormones are fluctuating, or you are noticing that there's just a little bit of brain fog there, but I feel like you will identify a product or something that will help you, because the Queen of Swords is very clear thinking and articulate and very intelligent and will actually get back to that clarity. So if some of you are a bit worried or noticing that your body is changing, you will actually get back to how you feel good about yourself there. And of course, if you're not going through the menopause, it could be that you have a vitamin deficiency and you're noticing that certain benefits of these vitamins are going to help you get more clear. So it could be that you're just exploring your options right now. And we got a big old resounding yes there as well. So whatever it is you're doing, yes, I feel this is going to be very positive, very successful, very rewarding. But also I feel some of you may have even promised yourself that you're going to say yes more. Yes to more opportunities. Yes to getting out there a little bit more. Yes to seeing what the world has to offer. Because remember, we're going through a journey. We're here to explore. We're here to experience. And it's really great time for you to really let loose with your potential. And I feel like you have a lot of that. So I'll leave that there, my beautiful Scorpio. I hope something resonates in it. Thank you so much, and love and light.